How's it going, family? C.Mea here with another tutorial, this time on how to use the Brick Separator. Now, if you don't know what the Brick Separator is, it's a tool that helps you remove Lego pieces that are stuck together or stuck inside other pieces or all things like that without the use of, your teeth or your nails or knives or anything that might actually break the pieces. It's a wonderful tool that, honestly, people should use more, and the good thing with this, you can obviously buy it for about $3 USD online, or Canadian dollars, or around that price, $2-3, but it does come with a lot of Lego sets, especially the ones that are above $100. So it's very easy to get your hands on one of those, and it's extremely handy. Now here we have the previous model of the Brick Separator. This one used to come in sets back a few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And obviously it changed and improved over time, but this is the old model, which was mainly used to remove bricks from on top and underneath, and that was basically the only thing it could do. It didn't have a sharp edge or didn't have anything. Now with the newer variation of the Brick Separator, you obviously have a lot more options. You can go on top, bottom, just again, same thing. You can actually use it on Technic pieces, which is an amazing addition. And, the same design but slicker, so it goes through so many more places, and this sharp edge as well to sneak in between cracks. Now here's a typical place where you would use the Brick Separator. This, you've seen it many times. It sucks trying to get that piece out of here. I made it extra tight as well. This is not an easy one. What you would do normally is, the best technique is to push with your nail to try and lift the piece, and then you can obviously slide your nail underneath here and get it off. So to use the Brick Separator on a piece like this, it's actually relatively easy. You're just gonna push this in there, and there we go. Now for probably the most common use of the Brick Separator, pieces that are stuck like this. Obviously they're relatively easy to remove. You just have to wiggle around and play with them, but because they are relatively sharp, maybe you'll start to hurt yourself as you're trying to remove the piece. So instead of struggling, just take your Brick Separator. You can go from this direction or the other direction. The cool thing with this is exactly one tile high, so you can go anywhere on the brick or the plate and just put it like this here. And as you push, this gets removed effortlessly with just, simple engineering and simple physics. Now the other common use for this is obviously the opposite. So when it's stuck underneath, you want to use this, but instead this time you're going to go underneath and you're going to push like this. Very easy to remove. The only issue with this, I believe you can remove it. No, you actually cannot remove it more than one tile there, but they're usually slightly easier to remove. Or another technique is you just put another base plate on top and you try to wiggle them around and it's going to pop off. Another new use for this Brick Separator here is this. When you have two pieces stuck together, there's a small crack. This is sharp enough that you can just put it in between and wiggle around, and there you go. Easy to remove. It works all the time, especially if there's a small crack. So if the piece is too hard to remove and you play with your nails for a while and you start to open the pieces just slightly, it's time to use a Brick Separator and pop them out. And the only thing that the other Brick Separator was actually better at is this. Because of this stud here, or this pin, you actually cannot use the technique, or you can crack it and obviously use a third one and pop it open. That works, but with the other one, it was actually easier and faster. With the other one, obviously, with no pin, it's so much easier. Just a small pressure here and it pops open. Way easier and way faster. So if you have one of each, you can do this. Now for my favorite use of the Brick Separator, and something I just noticed a little while ago, you can actually combine them to increase the pressure and remove larger pieces. Now if you buy many sets, you probably have at least 2 of those. If you have 3, you have 3. I have probably around 10. So very easy. You can combine them. You might even want to combine techniques, like if you have a nook and cranny, there you go, pop that off. Doesn't work really well, but it definitely works a lot better than a single one. By combining them, you're just applying pressure here, 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 and here, and obviously after enough wiggling, you get that little space, you can put the other one there, and with the 2 combined, it's obviously going to work. You can remove any plate you want. Now if you enjoyed the video, obviously hit the like button down below for us. If you're a proud member of the Me family as well, comment, it's always appreciated. Subscribe to C.MeaX if you haven't already. Join the Me family, it's quite awesome right here. I'll see you next time, and as always, じゃあね。